Gotta flip it. 1 sec, you guys. Always these technical difficulties. All right. Let me get this camera set up real quick. Make sure everything's in focus. Fantastico. All right. Give me 1 second, you guys. I'm going to tune in here. Turn my own volume off. All right. How's this picture looking? It looks a little blurry at the bottom. 1 moment. Looks a little better. Sweet. Okay, everyone. I'm going to turn my chat on. If you are with me, I can't see. Say hello. Say hello. I want to know where you guys are at, how you're feeling today, all the things. Let me know. Yay. What's up? Scuba shapes. Sweet. Is everyone in Florida? Are you guys here with me in Florida? It's raining where I am right now. Maryland. Oh, dude, is that you, Chris? Cool. Okay, so I have a little, yeah, what's up, man? Awesome. Glad you're here. Okay, you guys, so 6:03. All right, I'll give it a minute or two. I know I'm going to have people joining me from, yeah, Rich, what's up? Oh, it's Michelle. Hey. Hi, lovely. Hello. So, yeah, I'll give it a minute, but while we're waiting here, you guys, I have a Spotify playlist. If you guys want to play music, this is going to be an experiment for me as far as playing music at the same time as streaming. The last one I did, which was the first stream I did, I didn't play music because I was getting it a little crossed with my streaming, my voice, and I didn't think to turn the volume of YouTube off. So I don't want the music to interfere with my voice. So I'm gonna, Janine, yay, I'm so glad you're here. And Christina, cool, awesome, yay, you're so welcome. It's my pleasure, you guys. Okay, so the playlist for this class, again, is under the link for the video. If you look, it's a Spotify playlist, it's mine. Janine, you're going to love it. It's actually the one that I often play for beach yoga that you love so much. So if you want to click on that when we begin, I'm gonna experiment and flow with that music as well. And again, if there's some interference for any reason, I wish there was a way I could know directly, but maybe if someone wants to comment and say music is too loud, or ideally, you wouldn't hear the music on my end, you would hear it on your end. I would hear it along with you. So that's what I'm going for. All right, so we have 6:05. Yay! Awesome. How's the picture? How's the audio, everyone? Today I'm using my AirPods, so I'm hoping to get a little clearer audio than last time. I did rewatch the video and noticed there was a little bit of static, so hopefully there's a little less. So give me an audio feedback if you can. Anybody? Sweet, you guys, and anyone who's hopping on right now, anyone new, feel free to say hello. And perfect. Cool. Thank you. All right, you guys. So today is going to be an intermediate practice. What that basically means is I'm going to be doing less breaking down of, intricate instruction of everything, which I like to do. And if you're newer to an asana practice, I would suggest coming back Friday, which I'm going to be doing a more of a foundational vinyasa breaking down the poses, the elements of a vinyasa practice. And it's really important that you have that down in order to, go into these more flow practices like I'm going to do today. And I'll still be instructional, of course, but a little less descriptive. If you find it is too challenging for you for any reason, of course, please respect your body, respect your energy, take rest if I don't offer it. Obviously, you don't have to do the whole practice also. This is just an offering for those of you who want to join me. It is raining outside, so I hope that doesn't affect the audio, but this is part of technology and our challenges. So, okay, you guys. So let's see, 6:07. All right, I hope you guys are ready. I'm ready. I haven't moved my body yet today, so this is going to be my practice as well, and we're all just going to flow together. So, all right. If you have that Spotify playlist, I'm going to turn mine on in a moment here. Let me find it really quick. Da, 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 da. Okay, so everyone, go ahead and if you have the playlist ready, or I'll give you another moment. Those of you who are just joining, there's a Spotify link for a playlist under the video here. Go ahead and click it. When you're ready, go ahead and start. And again, I'm going to have to see how this works on my end, but hopefully it does. All right, come to the center of your mat. And again, if you're new to this practice, please come back Friday. All right, otherwise come right into your Ujjayi breath. I want you to zip your intention into the immediate moment. Bring your hands to your lap. Come right into your Ujjayi practice. If you want to bring your hands into a mudra, you're welcome to. Start to lengthen your spine. Pull up on Mula Bandha. And let's go ahead and begin a round of Kapalabhati breathing. So nice breath in. Go ahead and begin. Exhale all the way out. Hold. Find a Mahabandha. Inhale when you're ready, arms sweep out and up. Interlace the hands above your head. Lengthen, hold your breath in. As you hold your breath in, lean back just a little bit. Exhale, release your hands down to the earth. Separate your knees. Tuck your toes under. Drop your belly down, arch your back, open and lift. Dog float. On your exhale, round and curl into a cat spine. Inhale again into dog. Shoulders back, heart lifts. Exhale, rounding and curling into cat spine. Really working with the breath. One more each way. Inhale, shoulders back. Pulling the heart open, lifting the chin, lifting the gaze. Exhale again in the opposite direction, pressing into the palms. At the bottom of your exhale, tucking the toes under, lift your knees up off the earth and press right back into your downward facing dog. Finding your Adho Mukha Svanasana. Nice exhale to draw the heels toward the earth, feet parallel. Let's go ahead and shift the weight to the right foot. And go ahead and lift your left foot from the ground. You can press the heels straight back or just wrap that left foot around your right ankle. Take a breath into the right side as you press the hip back. Nice inhale in. Exhale, let's switch. Bring your weight to the left foot. Lift your right foot. You can press the heels straight back or wrap the foot around your left ankle. Draw the left hip back. Good. Back to center. Inhale. Lift in onto your toes. Lift your hips. Look forward. And on your exhale, press your hips and heels back one more time, drawing back nice and strong with strong legs and strong arms. On your inhale, ride forward to a nice tight plank position. Shoulders forward over the palms. Hold your plank. Keep your navel drawing in, pressing the earth away from you with nice, strong, straight arms. Holding, gaze slightly out in front of you. We're going to come down to Chaturanga Dandasana. Exhale, bend your elbows, but hover 90 degrees. Elbows drawing in, hovering above the earth. On your inhale, coming through to your upward facing dog. Looking up, pulling the shoulders down. Stay in your upward facing dog. Go ahead and look over your right shoulder, pulling the left shoulder back. Breathe. Look over the left shoulder, pulling the right shoulder back. Back to center. One more. Inhale, look up. And exhale. Downward facing dog. I may have just lost my odds, so you guys let me know if you can't hear me, okay? Take one more breath if you're in downward facing dog. Draw back, exhale. And we're going to come to the toes and walk with the balls of your feet. So you can keep your palms flat. You walk on your toes to the top of your mat, keeping your palms glued to the earth, if that's possible for you. Of course, if it's not, you can lift your fingers. Lower your heels once your toes are up towards the heels of your hands, and soften into a nice passive fold. Deep Ujjayi breaths, toes are straight forward, let's sway, left and right. Let your head hang heavy like a bowling ball. Okay, you guys, we're going to come to center. Release your arms, clasp your hands behind your back, bend your knees a little if you need to. Lift your hands up over the head, take a nice breath in. Exhale, bend your right knee, place your shoulder on the right knee and open to the left, looking to the left. Take a breath in. Exhale to center, left shoulder comes to the knee. We're going to switch. Soften, left shoulder to left knee, look to the right. One breath in. Exhale to center again, shoulders to knees. If possible, glue your chest toward your thighs. Inhale, work on lifting your hips higher. Keep your chest glued to your thighs. Exhale, fold in a little deeper. Hands over the head. Release your hands gently to the ground. Fingertips frame the feet or hands come to your shins. Find a nice flat back position. Navel draws in, shoulders are back, gazing slightly out in front of you. If you need to, bend your knees slightly. So again, feet are parallel, just holding this nice strong flat back position. Nice deep breath in. Go ahead and bend your knees. So like you're going to sit back into a chair. Good, we'll find our Utkatasana. Inhale, bring the hands up. Fingers spread, shoulders draw down the back. Raising forward or slightly up, take a nice breath in. And on your exhale, let's go ahead and open up the arms like wings. Come down halfway. So hips are back, head is forward. On your inhale, sweep the arms back up, Utkatasana. On your exhale again, open up the arms like wings, come down halfway. Inhale again, arms sweep, forward and up. Stay in your chair, exhale, back out like wings, hips back. One more time, inhale, arms sweep up. Fingers spread, look up, hips back. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Draw yourself in. Finish your exhale. Inhale, lengthen again, coming up halfway. Find that extension of the spine. Shoulders back, navel in. Exhale, fold again. Good, go ahead and heel toe your feet together. Bring the ankle bones to touch. Spreading the toes. Inhale again, come up halfway. Lengthen, belly in, shoulders back. Palms to the earth, walk, step, or jump back to plank. Find your plank position. Exhale when you're ready, Chaturanga Dandasana. Shifting forward on the toes, elbows bend, but stay into your body. Come through Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward face. Pressing down through the tops of your feet, looking up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Drawing back. We're going to lift the right leg, ground firm through that left foot. Lift your right foot, but keep your hips square for now. Toes pointing toward the earth. Lift your right heel higher, but don't lift your right hip yet. Just reaching back. Coming forward on into plank. Keep your right foot lifted from the earth, so go ahead and come forward. Lower your right leg a little bit. Go ahead and come back. Right leg backing up in the air, inhale. Right knee to the nose, exhale, round and curl. Use your breath. Right leg backing up in the air, press the heel to the sky, roll your right hip open. Breathe here, bend your right knee.
From here, if you'd like to flip your dog, do so mindfully. Right foot behind you if you have room to. Right arm opens up. Breathe. Coming back around with nice control. Right hand to the ground, right leg lifts to the air. Right knee to left tricep, exhale. Touch it above the elbow. Squeeze. Right leg backing up in the air, inhale. Right knee to right tricep, exhale. Above the elbow. Right leg backing up in the air, inhale. Lift it up, exhale, step your right foot between your hands all the way up. Take a moment, soften the shoulders, lower your back knee. Keep the back toes tucked though, everyone. Inhale, bring the hands up over the head. Fingers spread. Exhale, bend your elbows, draw the shoulders back. Take a couple breaths here, working on lifting the heart, pulling up on the floor of the pelvis. If you want, fingertips down toward the earth. Go ahead and drop your head back a little more. If you have a deeper back bend, if not, please stay up over it. One more breath. Go ahead and return, framing out that right foot. Lift your back knee from the ground, pressing back through that heel. Nice strong back leg. We're going to send the right hip back, folding into your right leg. Now you can shorten your stance here a little if you'd like to. Soften your face and the back of the neck. Breathe. Nice full Ujjayi breath. We create space first. Exhale, folding into that right leg. Work on pulling right hip further back, left hip forward. One more breath. Make it a long exhale, melting into your right hamstring there. We're going to come up, bending right knee back over the ankle, everyone. So make sure you're in a nice long lunge from here. Left palm or fingertips are going to come to the ground. We're going to open up for a twist here. Right arm reaches to the sky, gazing up past your right fingers. You can stay here. You can roll that right arm around a little if you want to, opening up that right hand back behind you. If you'd like to bring it over the head, you're welcome to do that as well. Again, drawing the inner thighs toward one another, pressing firmly through that left heel, staying strong in the legs and drawing your shoulders back. One more breath here. And then as you exhale, go ahead, look down, bring that right hand back down to the ground. From here, we're going to step into the right leg. So go ahead and step forward into that right leg. Lift your left leg up. Find a standing split. So drawing yourself in to the right leg. Any variation of standing split here, but make sure you pull the shoulders back a little bit. Soften your facial muscles. Stick with your Ujjayi breath. Mouth is closed. One more. Good, go ahead, return hands to the ground if you lifted them. I've lifted one, it was just an option. Go ahead and lunge left foot back to a long lunge. So left foot is just going to come back, right foot is going to come back to it. Find downward facing dog for a breath. And then come forward to plank, inhale. When you're ready, exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Follow your breaths, inhale, upward face. You want to do cobras, of course you're welcome to. Again, this is an intermediate practice. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Good. When you're ready, left leg lifts up, keeping the left hip square to the ground for now. Keeping left toes rotated down. We're lifting the heel up and pressing through the right heel. Good. Let's come forward to plank. Keep your left foot off the ground for now, pressing that heel up. Go ahead and come back again, lifting into three-legged downward facing dog. Roll the left hip open. This time bend your left knee. And if you want to, did it on the other side, flip your dog. Left foot lands behind you. Slowly open up the left arm. Breathe. Coming back around with slow, controlled movements. Left hand back to the ground. Left leg is going to lift up. Deep breath in. Left knee to right tricep across the body. Exhale, touch it above the elbow. Left leg backing up in the air. Inhale, reach it high. Left knee to left tricep. Exhale, above the elbow. With your breath again, left leg backing up in the air. Lift it up. On your exhale, step the left foot between your hands all the way up. Lower your knee. Soften your shoulders. Keep the back toes tucked. Inhale, hands rise up over the head. Belly draws in. Pulling up on Mula Bandha. On your exhale, bend your elbows, open the chest. From here, continue to bring the pelvis forward, lifting the chest up, and if it's okay on your back, fingertips come toward the earth as the hips come forward. Maybe your head goes back, only if you have that deep back bend. One more breath. Returning back, both hands frame your left foot, lift your back knee from the ground, and then we're going to send the left hip back. So go ahead and press left hip back, shorten your stance. As you notice, I fold my left foot back a little bit and fold into your left hamstring. Right into the Ujjayi breath. Longer inhales, even longer exhales if you can, finding a natural space between your breaths, learning to relax into the exhale. Breathing with the belly, inhale, inflate it like a balloon. We'll take this last exhale here, folding in. On the inhale, lift the chest. Let's come back into a long lunge. So if you shortened your stance, go ahead and open up again, bending the left knee over the ankle. Right hand stays down directly underneath your shoulder. Left arm is going to reach to the sky. Open up the palm, pull the shoulders back, draw your navel in. Stay here, open a little if you want to, or roll that left arm around and find a nice range of motion in the shoulder joint. Doing whatever suits you today. You can also find stillness with the left hand over the head, finding that nice line from the right foot to the left hand. We'll do one more breath wherever you are. Nice inhale in. Exhale, left hand to the ground. From here, we're going to step into our left foot, coming forward. Lift your back leg up off the earth and find that standing split. I didn't give the option on the other side, but of course the option is to grab that left ankle with the left hand or both hands. And again, other variations is you could always reach up and try to grab the foot with the left hand. Couple more breaths. Full Ujjayi breaths. Easier for you than for me because I'm talking. One more. Soften, lunge your right foot back to a nice long lunge. Find it, both hands down without dragging the foot. Bring your left foot back to plank or downward facing dog. Either way, we're going to vinyasa, so when you're ready, take it forward, exhale, lower. Coming through, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Very good, you guys. Take one more long, full, complete, present breath here. Finish your exhale as you straighten your legs. Pressing through the palms firmly, come to your toes. Look forward, keep your gaze there, bend your knees, walk, step, or float to the front of your mat. My mat just slid. Inhale, we come up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, go ahead and fold into your legs. Nice strong breaths. We're going to rise to standing. Go ahead and bend your knees into Utkatasana to come up. Keeping the knees together, look forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up. You can gaze forward or up through the hands. We're going to touch the palms now. Cross your thumbs. Inhale, rise to standing all the way up. Inner thighs are drawn toward one another. Reach the fingers to the sky at the top. Exhale, hips forward, thumbs back slightly. Back up as you breathe in. Reach up. Round through the feet. Exhale, lower the hands slowly. Finding Tadasana, hands at heart center. Take a moment to breathe. Your eyes can close. Finish a long exhale. Bend the knees, sink the hips, Utkatasana. We're going to take it into a twist. Sweep the arms forward and up, or out and up rather. Exhale, lower the hands to heart center. Sliding left elbow to the outside of your right knee here. We're going to look to the right. Creating a little more space each time we inhale. A little more lift, a little more length. Each time you exhale, twist. Different options here. You can bring left hand down to the ground. Right arm to the sky. Those of you who do Parsva side crow, you can bring both hands down to the right, lift your feet. I guess that's harder to see. Of course, these are more advanced options, and that's why it's an intermediate practice. So any side variation you want to practice, if you do. Finishing up your twist with a nice exhale. Coming back to center. Inhale, hands at heart center. Hold. Exhale, let it go. Forward fold all the way through. Inhale, heart forward, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Again, bending the knees, back to Utkatasana, hips sink, hands lift up, reach up. Lower the hands to heart center, we're going to switch. Right elbow to the outside of the left knee, other side. Palms together, shoulders back, looking up over that left shoulder if possible. Next option, right hand down, left arm up, or Parsva both hands down, finding any side variation you guys want to practice there. Couple more breaths. Finish your exhale. Hands back to heart center, back to center. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Forward fold all the way through. Find a nice exhale. Separate the feet hip width apart, preparing for Padangusthasana. Reaching down and grabbing the big toes from the outsides with your peace fingers. Okay, so point your middle finger, wrap the outsides of those big toes. On your inhale, roll a little weight forward toward the fronts of your feet. The front of your feet. Lift your sits bones up. On your exhale, elbows wide. Fold in. Create space on your inhale. Pull the shoulders back. Create a little more depth on your exhale. Lift those sits bones high. Let's shift some weight into the right foot. Go ahead and bring weight into the right leg. Draw yourself in. And over to the left. Long, slow breaths. Back to center. Rolling more weight toward the big toes again. Inhale, find a little more length. Exhale, a little more depth. Good, and then go ahead and release your big toes. Slide your hands down to the ground. Inhale, lengthen. Palms to the earth. Walk, step, or float back to plank. Go ahead and take your time. Coming back to plank. Lower down when you're ready. Exhale. Coming through. Upward facing dog. Taking your time through these transitions. Back to downward face. Drawing back. Good. Situate yourself if you need to. Find your alignment. Depending on the space you're in as well. I'm in a small space. Right leg is going to lift up, reach it to the sky, bend your right knee, open up that right hip one more time. Rotating the hip open. Feel free to explore some movement there if you want to. Otherwise, right leg back to the sky, lower that leg halfway down again, squaring the hips. Reach back with the right toes nice and strong. Right knee to the nose, exhale, round and curl. Look forward, step right foot between your hands. This time, keep your back knee lifted. Inhale, bring your hands up over the head. Find softness in the shoulders. Find a drishti. So keeping the eyes locked on one position. Somewhere out in front of you, maybe slightly up. Nice deep breath here. On your exhale, we're going to twist to the right again. Right hand down, left arm forward. Or right hand back, left arm forward. Stay here or reach back with those right fingers. Maybe right hand comes to your left thigh, left arm reaches up and over the head if that feels nice for you. Coming back up. Good, we're going to come back up to that lunge. Both hands back up to the sky. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, hands back to the earth, right foot back to plank. Lower down, chaturanga, exhale. Moving with your breath, inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Back to exhaling, downward facing dog. Feet stay parallel. Left leg lifts up. Open up the left hip, bending your left knee. Get a little movement in that hip if you'd like to, or just roll it open. Good. When you're ready, extend that left leg high. Lower that leg a little bit, squaring the hips. Reach back with the toes nice and firm. Left knee to the nose. Exhale, curling round. Look forward, step left foot between your hands. Keep your back knee high. Press into the left foot, hands up, inhaling. Soften the shoulders, find a drishti point. Keep the face soft. Nice deep breath in. Slow and controlled to the left. Right hand goes forward, left arm goes back. Rotating using your core. Next option, left hand down to the right thigh. Right arm reaches up and maybe back a little bit. So opening up through that psoas, getting length. Stay with your breath. Coming back to center. Right arm up, left arm follows. Back to the lunge. Inhale. Exhale, hands back to the ground. Left foot back to plank. When you're ready, lower down. Exhale. Strong breath. Inhale up. Shoulders back, heart open. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Let it out if you need to. You can take a full deep breath in. Find pause at the top of your inhale. Long exhale, draw back with strong legs. Come high on your toes, deep breath in. Look forward, bend your knees, walk, step, or jump the feet forward. Feet land between your hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, sink the hips back to Utkatasana. Toes become light, heels are grounded, navel draws in, hands reach up to the sky, shoulders draw down, ribs are drawing in. Hold. Hands together, cross your thumbs, inhale, rise up. Nice and strong, lengthen. Drawing everything up the midline. Exhale if you want to at the top, a little bit of a back bend. Back to center, inhale, reach up. And exhale, nice and slow. Hands back to heart center, finding that Tadasana. Close your eyes. Take a moment. I want you to soften, breathe. Well, soften any internal struggle that might be happening, but stay alert in your stance. Stay active with your breath. Find some natural pauses between your inhales and exhales. Find that place of equanimity. I want you to tune into the balance between left and right foot. Tune into the way that you're standing on the earth. Notice if you're giving one foot a little more weight than the other. See if you can find that in-between place. Center of gravity through the center of your body. Find the effortless stance in that. Good, and then make sure that those feet are pointing forward. You're going to bring your weight into the left foot to start. So shifting your weight into the left foot, go ahead and come to your right toes. We're going to do a little bit of balance here. So come to your right toes, gazing forward or slightly out in front of you, wherever you want to keep your eyes. We're going to lift that right knee up. So without leaning back, grab that right knee with both hands, interlace the fingers if you'd like to, but just pull the knee into the body and stand up as tall as possible. Good, release hands to the hips, keeping that knee high and lifted. Right foot is going to press forward, like you're kicking open a door or the wall in front of you, if there's a wall there. Good, hold. One more breath, stand up taller. And then go ahead and bend your right knee, kick it back behind you. So like you're pressing a wall back behind you. Arms are going to open up. Stay square to the earth. That means don't rotate your right hip up. Hold. Soften your left knee, come back up to standing. Right knee back up into the body. Hold it in. From here, you're going to place right knee over left knee. We're going to come into eagle legs. So cross the legs. Go ahead and cross your right foot behind your left calf if that's possible. Arms go up and open. Exhale, right arm under left, palms together. A nice breath in. Exhale, start to sit down into the hips, pulling the hands away from the face. Breathe. If you lose your balance, don't lose your sense of humor. My big yogis know that one. Good. Nice and slow, come back up. Control. Release your legs. Extend your right foot back forward. We're going to hinge, right leg back behind us, and come right into a warrior one with the legs. So right foot is going to come back, turn your heel in. Go ahead and find a warrior one, opening up a little bit, but keep your hands in eagle. Lift your hands up away from the face, leaning back a little bit. Good, coming back to center. Release your arms. Now arms coming to warrior one. Inhale, arms up. Shoulders soften. Hands can stay separated or palms can touch. If the palms are touching, make sure you can draw the shoulders down and bring your gaze up. Otherwise, hands separated, looking forward. Good. One more breath. Nice inhale. Exhale, release. Hands back down to the ground. Left foot back to plank. Lower down. Chaturanga. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Inhale. Exhale, back. Downward facing dog. If you're listening to the playlist, this is Parangi. He's a friend of mine. Amazing artist. Really good song. By the way, there's a couple of mine songs in here as well. You guys didn't know that? Shameless plug. Okay, we're going to come to the front of the mat when you're ready. Come high on your toes. Bend your knees, look forward, walk, step, or float. Coming to the front of the mat again. Lengthen on your inhale. Exhale, fold. Come up by your choice. You can keep the legs straight this time, or Utkatasana. Arms are going to come out and up if you straighten those legs. Hands touch. Take the back bend or skip it. Exhale, come back. Tadasana. Take your time. Find that place of equanimity. If you're listening to this awesome song, it's nice motivation. We're going to bring that body weight into the right foot this time. So find yourself grounded through that right leg, pressing down through the toes, especially the big toe, most important. Lifting the arch of the foot. Left knee is going to draw up. We're going to wrap the hand around that left knee. Hands, shoulders back. Stand up tall. Navel is drawing in. Hands come to the hips. When you're ready, kick that left foot forward. Toes up toward the sky. Heels press forward like you're pressing open a door out in front of you. Good. One more breath. Nice and strong. Exhale. Bend your left knee. Hinge at the hips. Kick that heel straight back. Keep the hips square to the ground. And if you're ready, open the arms. Keep that left hip drop toward the earth, pressing strong through that left heel. Forward through the top of the head. One more breath. Soften your standing leg. Come back up. Good. We're going to bring left knee across right knee. Bending the knees, coming into eagle legs. So cross your left foot behind the right calf if you can. Arms open. Inhale. And this time, left arm under right. Eagle arms. Garudasana. We're going to take a little breath. And then sit. Hands away from the face. Take some time to breathe. If you lose it, again, you know my joke. I already said it. Finish your exhale slowly, coming back up with nice control. Release your legs. First, left heel presses forward. Then we're going to hinge it back to warrior one. Go ahead and find warrior one. Left heel turns in. And inhale, go ahead and lift the hands up, finding just a little bit of a back bend there, opening up. Coming back to center. Release your hands. Warrior one. Inhale. Arms sweep out and up. Shoulders draw down. Hands shoulder width apart or palms touching, looking up. Either of those variations work. Stay with your breath. Back leg is strong. Arch is lifted. One more breath in. Hands to the ground. Exhale. Right foot back to plank. Let it go. Lower down. With your breath, inhale. Upward face. Open up. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Whew. The sweat is dripping. All right, you guys. Elbows are drawing in toward one another. Make sure those shoulders are broad. Pressing through those heels. Nice and strong. Let's take one more full breath. Let this place be rest for you. Draw back. Of course, if you need more rest, take child's pose. Good. When you're ready, let's go ahead and lower down to the knees. Coming down to all fours. And from here, let's go ahead and place elbows to the ground. Okay, so lower down to your forearms. Grab your opposite elbows. And that's about the distance you want to keep your hands. Or your elbows. Hands are going to want to creep in. In fact, actually, because this is an intermediate class, I'm going to let you guys choose what you want to practice here. Maybe some of you already have a headstand practice. That's cool. But we're going to go into dolphin with the option for a forearm balance. If you have a wall near you and you do practice Pigeon asana, please feel free to do that. Otherwise, all right, this is kind of, like I said, it's a more advanced pose, so I'm going to turn sideways a little for you guys. So elbows stay about forearm width apart, hands go forward. If you want to go into a headstand, a supported headstand, you can interlace your fingers and go into that. I'm not going to instruct it. I'm going to do a workshop on inversion soon. All right, so for dolphin, everyone can do that. If you have any shoulder issues, though, you can skip this. We're going to walk back to plank to start. Super good core strengthener. You can feel that core is nice and engaged already. Pressing into the elbows nice and strong. Do not let your chest fall. Press away from the earth. Okay, hold, and then walk your feet forward. Sorry, you walk your feet forward, hips lift up to the sky. You can see that. Draw back through your heels. So essentially you're in downward facing dog on your forearms. Breathe. Continue to rotate your sits bones up. If you want, walking your feet further forward, lift one leg at a time. Now, I'm not even going to go into it today. I'll show you. Just lift your leg. Eventually, if you want to go into full forearm balance or forearm stand, you can. If you did that, lower and switch. I'll workshop that. So just feeling what it feels like. Work on maybe gazing straight down. Both feet lower. Take one more breath and dolphin press back. And then lower your knees to the ground. Find a child's pose. Modify. Bring the knees together. Bring the forehead down to the ground and the hands back behind you. So for this variation, arms are back, forehead down. Go ahead and breathe, relaxing the face. Long, slow, deep ujjayi breaths. Thank you, Leela, by the way, or Lila. What's that? Is that my aunt? All right, you guys, if you're in child's pose, slide your hands next to your knees, underneath your shoulders. We're gonna press the chest up off the thighs. Ooh, I have a little sweat puddle going on. All right, we're gonna take a breath in. On your exhale, I want you to lift your knees up to your nose. So take a breath in, using your transverse abdominals, so mostly core. Press down, lift up. Curling yourself into that little ball, coming down. Notice I did that on the tops of my feet. If you want to go into any kind of lolasana, which would be to lift everything up off the ground, you're welcome to. Otherwise, come forward onto your hands, separate your knees a little bit, tuck your toes under, sit back on your heels. Okay, so sitting back on the heels with the toes tucked under, opening up the arches of the feet and the plantar fascia. We're just going to sit here and breathe, letting those ankles get a nice stretch, letting the toes get a nice stretch, shoulders back. If you want to do any pranayama here, please feel free. Maybe adding some Nadi Shodhana if you'd like to do some alternate nostril breathing. If you want to do a round of Kapalabhati, that's a nice pickup here. Good, everyone inhale, hands up, palms facing forward. Keep your core tight, lean back just a little bit into those feet. Keep the core tight, exhale, hands down to the ground. If that was intense, go ahead and tap the tops of your feet. Tap them on the ground, tap, tap, tap. All right, now we're gonna come to the tops of the feet, give the ankles a stretch in the opposite direction. So press through the palms, go ahead and lift up to the tops of your feet and maybe roll through the toes. So you might get a little toe adjustment there. All right, don't be scared. Flexible toes means healthy feet. And you can either roll straight through to downward facing dog, or you can come down first, tuck your toes, and then press back. It is completely your choice. Go ahead and find your way into a nice aligned Adho Mukha Svanasana. Ooh, that feels good. Good, nice full deep breath in. Every finger pad touching the earth. Rounded exhale, press back. Good, let's come high on the toes. Nice breath in. Look forward, bend your knees, walk, step, and float forward. I keep sliding my mat. Lengthen, inhale. Fold, exhale. Go ahead and separate your feet hip width apart. This time, let's slide our hands underneath the feet and find Padahastasana. So standing on the hands. And if this is not available for you, if you have any wrist stuff, you can skip it. But this also relieves some wrist pain, gives some nice traction. Make sure your toes are all the way up to the wrist creases, okay? Roll some weight slightly forward. Lift the hips a little bit, and on your exhale, elbows wide, head down toward the ground with your breath, okay? So inhale, we find some softness. Exhale, find a little more depth. With that Ujjayi breath again, inhale. Exhale, fold. Pressing into the toes, one more breath here. Long inhale. And fold, exhale. Go ahead and soften, release. One hand at a time, sliding the hands out. This time, bring your hands to your hip creases. Bend your knees a little bit. Lift your chin from your chest, looking out in front of you. Belly draws in. We're going to come to standing nice and slow. All the way up, taking your time. Of course, if you ever get dizzy and feel like you're going to pass out, please go to the ground. At the top, take a moment. And if it feels good for you, slide your hands backward, or back, sorry, to your lower back. Hips go forward, pull up on that Mula Bandha. Draw your elbows back and find a nice back bend. So it can be a little back bend if you have a deeper back bend. I like to actually go all the way back. Please don't copy me. But if you want to, you can go all the way into a drop back. You have that practice. Otherwise, when you're ready, come right back up. Find Samasthiti. Release your hands. Take a deep breath. Exhale. You can exhale out of your mouth if you want. Let your shoulders soften. Close your eyes. Let your whole body soften here for a moment. Let the energy reverberate in the palms of your hands, above your head, the soles of your feet. Cultivate an inner smile. Find the space between your inhales and exhales and observe all the sensations in and around your body. You might find your body in a natural sway. Softening the heart with each breath. No matter how advanced the asanas are, we always find the more advanced the practice, the more stillness actually ends up. So being grateful for these places of stillness. When you're ready, if your eyes are closed, go ahead and lift your gaze again. Keeping the eyes soft and friendly, we'll bring hands back together, heart center. Anjali Mudra, step the feet back together at the center of the mat. Finding Tadasana, nice and strong. We're going to step right foot straight back, coming into Warrior Two. So I'm going to switch the way I'm standing so you guys can see. But you guys, if you were facing one direction, just go ahead and step your right foot straight back. Okay, so we'll come into our Warrior Two. Right toes will be facing forward, left toes will be facing the direction of your face if you're looking at the screen. And then you're going to look over that right shoulder, of course. You guys should know Warrior Two. This is an intermediate class. So coming into your Virabhadrasana 2. Good. This is another one of my songs, by the way. Turn your right palm up, inhale. Oh, if you're listening to the playlist, I'm sorry. If you're not, then disregard that comment. So right knee over the right ankle. We're going to reach forward through the right hand. Palm faces up. Reach, 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 reach. When you're ready, exhale, left hand down to the left thigh. Right arm to the sky. Bring your pointer and thumb of the right hand to touch. And then if you can, maybe reach back a little bit. But not at the expense of leaning forward. I want you to lift up and over. So stay long through both side bodies. In fact, don't even press down to your left hand. If you can, lift up. You should even be able to lift your left hand maybe and make it parallel to the right. Good. Coming back up. Back to Warrior Two. Extended side angle. Right elbow can come to the knee, or you can come right down to the earth with the right fingertips. Left hand over the head, finding one line from your left foot all the way through that left hand, or wrap and bind. Left arm behind you, maybe find that right inner thigh with the left hand, maybe reach under with the right hand and grab that left wrist or fingertips behind you, finding a full bind. Good, one more breath here. Release your hands, right hand comes to the ground, left arm reaches to the sky. Good, from here, let's go ahead and work on straightening right leg. So if you need to, you can come to your right shin or ankle, okay? Or if you want to place your right hand to the outside of your right foot, that's a nice option. Left arm up, left hand over the head. Bring your fingers together, elongate your left arm, and maybe look past your left hand. You're reaching out from that left hip. Make sure you don't close that left hip forward. If you can, continue to rotate the right hip under so the left hip stays open. Good, left arm back up to the sky. Nice breath in. Exhale, look down or forward. Soften your right knee. Press into your right foot. Come back up to a standing position. Straighten your right leg and switch. Right toes face forward, left toes face the other direction. So Warrior Two on the other side. Open up your stance. Again, those of you who hopped on at a random time here, I'm going to be workshopping these poses on Friday. So more foundational practice to get the alignments correct of a vinyasa practice. And then Sunday, we're going to do a self-care yin with the lower body. Okay, preview. So left knee over the ankle. When you're ready, Warrior Two, shoulders down. Mula Bandha, navel in, nice and strong through the spine. When you're ready, left palm turns up. Inhale, reach forward through the left hand. Reach, 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 reach. Keep that left knee bending. Exhale, exalt right hand down, left arm up. Pointer and thumb of the left hand touch. Reach up and over. And again, we're lifting up and reaching over. So maybe the arms are parallel. When you're ready, coming back up. And coming into that extended side ankle, left elbow to the knee, right arm reaches up. Being very light, we're not dumping down, we're actually reaching, always reaching up. From here, left hand can come down, right hand can come either over the head or wrap behind you. Finding a bind, maybe a half bind, maybe a full bind. So half would be just grabbing the inner thigh, full would be reaching under and grabbing the left wrist or fingers. Pulling right shoulder back. Continue to broaden through the collarbones, looking up. One more breath in. And release. Exhale, left hand down, right arm to the sky. Find Utthita Trikonasana. Working on straightening left leg. If that's too much for you to transition straight into, please feel free to come up a little bit. Go ahead and shorten your stance if you need to. Rediscover the pose. If not, keep rolling, right hip open, finding it, staying grounded through the feet. Right hand over the head, bring your fingers together. Reach out from that right hip as you roll it to the sky. Look past the hand. Breathe. Most important, breathe. Right arm up as you breathe in. Exhale, look forward or down. Soften your left knee so you're not hyperextending that knee. Press into the left foot. Come back up to a standing position. Good. Straighten your legs. Hands to your hips. Turn both toes forward. You need to readjust yourself on the mat to find some leverage. Please feel free. Otherwise, go ahead and open up those feet. Make sure the feet are parallel to the front and back of your mat. All right, hands to your hips. Inhale, hips forward, belly in. Again, Mula Bandha. So we pull up, open up, and then exhale. Take it forward with that long spine, strong legs. Make sure the toes don't turn out. Hands down to the ground. On your inhale, create that length again. As you breathe in, shoulders back, navel in. Strong, long spine. Exhale, let's fold. Hands walk back, head down toward the earth. So working on drawing the elbows in toward one another, imagining that there's a rope or something pulling your elbows in, so don't let them splay out. Keep them in. Use your bicep strength to pull yourself in at the same time. Use your core to rotate those sits bones up toward the sky, so the head starts to come toward the earth. Couple more breaths. Each inhale, we create space. On each exhale, a little more fold. Good. One more breath in, wherever you are. I'm just going to switch really quick. Finish your exhale folding. Good. Coming up a little bit, walking your hands forward, out in front of you. I want you to widen your stance a little bit if your feet were closer together. I'm going to switch again, actually. Okay, so this is depending on your stance. You might need to widen or shorten your stance depending on how wide your feet were, but we're going to shift over to this right foot. So go to your right foot, let the right toes turn out, and you're going to have to watch this maneuver if it's new for you. As you come down into that right knee, as you bend into that right knee, left toes are going to rotate up toward the sky, and you're going to drop into this right hip. So we're sinking in to this right hip here. You can keep your hands on the ground for stability, or you can place your hands together at heart center, lift your chest, pressing right elbow into that right knee. Another option would be to wrap your right arm in front of the right knee, wrap your left arm behind you, find a bind behind your back, and look up and over that left shoulder. And of course, breathe. Keep pulling the left shoulder back as you lengthen the neck for one more breath in. And this is one of my favorites. Release. Now, hands come back to heart center, back to the ground. Whatever you choose, we're going to transition to the other side. You can do that with your hands or without your hands. So breath in, exhale, switch. Right toes lift up. All right, left heel drops. Same thing here. If you did the bind on the other side, left arm goes in front this time, right arm behind your back. Go ahead and look up and over the right shoulder. Pull the shoulder back. Breathe. Continue to lengthen through the neck. Sinking into that left hip. One more breath in. Release. Hands back to heart center. Let's bring both hands back to the ground. We're going to transition back to center. So back to center one more time. If you need to readjust your feet, we're going to do one more fold. So notice I bring my feet a little closer in because I know that my head comes down toward the ground and touches if not. So find a width that works for you, appropriate for you. When you're ready, breath in, exhale, go ahead and take your fold again, your second fold. This time, if you want to come into a tripod headstand, if you have that practice, or a handstand, please feel free, but only if you do so mindfully. All right, so tripod headstand is where both hands come down to the ground. If I have to explain it, I would say don't do it. Take a couple more breaths in whatever option you're choosing. If you're inverted, take your time coming back down with control. Finish a breath. Go ahead and walk your hands back forward. Good. Now bend your knees a little bit. Flatten your back. So that means your hips are back, your chest is forward, navel is drawing in. Bring your hands to your hips. On your inhale, rise to standing, nice and slow, strong through the legs. Inhale as you come up. Take your time. Again, if you ever get dizzy, please come down to the ground. At the top, if you'd like a little counter back bend, hips forward, chest up, elbows back, back to center. Good. We're going to step to the front of your mat. So I don't know which way you're facing right now. I moved around a lot. So wherever you're facing, go ahead and swivel the front foot toward the mat. I want you to do it with control with me or by yourself, but we're going to take an inhale first. On your exhale, hands together at heart center. Shift your weight into that front leg. Bring that opposite knee up and then float it down. So always cultivating some control through our transitions even. When you're ready, release your hands down, pull your shoulders down, nice and strong. On your next breath, inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Full breath, lengthen, exhale, take it forward. You can bow forward or dive forward. Finish and exhale. Lengthen, inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. One more time, exhale, fold back in. Inhale again, Ardha Uttanasana. Palms to the earth, walk, step, or jump back to plank, lower down, Chaturanga. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Inhaling, shoulders back, lift the chest. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Nice. I hope you guys are ready to get into the hips because I am. Right leg is gonna lift up. Nice breath in, reach it high, get a nice stretch there. Right knee is gonna come to left tricep. Let's go ahead and bring it across the body. Right knee to left tricep. Now stay forward. Right knee is gonna come to right tricep. Stay there. Right knee to the nose. Pull it in, and then bring your right knee down to your right wrist. Come to pigeon. Yes. Roll to your right hip. Swing that right heel or a right foot forward. Now again, I want to just reiterate, this is an intermediate practice, so please, if you need to modify these poses, especially for the knees here, please do that. Do not copy me if your hips are not that open. Don't bring your shin parallel to the front. Bring your heel toward the body. Try not to roll your right hip. You know, just protect your knees. Very important. So floint that the right toes, so we can direct the stretch into that right hip. Work on drawing left hip forward, right hip back. So I want you to find the integrity in the hips there. Instead of just dropping into that right hip, see if you can actually lift up from the earth a little bit more, using the pull of your hips, drawing toward one another, lifting, and then maybe opening back into a little bit of a back bend there. So that's where we start coming into the deeper back bends. I'm going to switch really quick. I meant the back bend within this pose is what I meant to say. So you can reach up and open, and of course if you have some variation of Ekapada Raja Kapotasana, I'm looking for my foot, you can reach back, grab your foot. When you are ready, releasing into your sleeping pigeon, nice breath in, exhale, leading with the heart, taking it forward, folding in, and we'll stay there for more than a few breaths. I'm going to adjust my camera while you do that, so enjoy. Staying with that lovely Ujjayi breath. If you guys want to take it into a twist a little bit to the right, go ahead and place your left elbow or forearm down across the mat. You can get that left elbow all the way to the right knee. That's cool too. Otherwise, maybe just a little twist there, pulling the shoulders down and back. Whatever suits you today. One more full complete breath. Finish your exhale. Finish that twist if you're in it. We're going to make our way back up nice and slow. Coming back up to center. Now we have a couple options. Okay, we're going to come back to a vinyasa, right leg back and up in the air, or if you have a Hanumanasana, extend your right leg forward, roll into your Hanumanasana, Get a nice stretch in that hamstring, extending that leg forward, flaunting or flexing right foot, maybe even tucking the back toes under, pressing through the heel. And any variation of Hanumanasana, if you're practicing with me or practicing the pose with me, and then when you're ready, right leg back and up in the air, work through your vinyasa. If you're in Hanumanasana with me, hands down, try to keep your right leg straight as a challenge. Lifting your right leg back and up in the air, keeping it straight. I have my altar behind me, so I gotta shift a little. And then any variation of a vinyasa you like to go into. It can be a scorpion, it can be from a handstand, whatever you like to do, go ahead and work your way through it. Find your way back to a downward facing dog. That felt amazing. We're going to do the other side, you guys. Left leg is going to lift up. Inhale. Full breath. Take a moment there. Left knee is going to come to right tricep across the body, so we're going to twist a little to the right. Left knee to left tricep. Exhale. Left knee to the nose. And then left knee down for pigeon. Go ahead and slide that left knee behind the left wrist. Walk your right knee back. And again, do what's appropriate for your body, for your knees, for your hips. Find your alignment today. Use props if you need to. Very important. Again, take a moment to feel those hips grounded. Right hip is drawing forward, left hip is drawing back. Feel the energy coming through the midline to lift you up. From that, then we get that nice, beautiful arch. Okay, so as we start to arch back, you'll find the head can drop back. And if you want to reach up with your right hand or both hands, if you did that Ekapada Raja Kapottasana, you can. Of course, you can go into the other bind variation, aka mermaid. Up to you, whatever you're in, find it. Take one more breath, inhale. And then exhale, let it go. Come forward, sleeping pigeon, take your time. Go in, you guys. Close your eyes here. Rest your face. Ujjayi breath. This is one of the sweetest times here, getting into pigeon. Work on progressively softening your shoulders, letting them melt toward the earth, softening your facial muscles, softening your neck. If you're holding tension in the navel area and the belly, see if you can soften. Give your hips to the earth. As you exhale, allow a little bit more space. If you want more, you can always walk your right knee back a little or tuck the back toes under and lift the knee. If you want to twist, go ahead and make your way up and over to the left, bringing your right forearm or elbow down in front of your right knee if you can get it there. If not, just place it out in front of you. Either way, go ahead and start to turn to the left and maybe up and over that left shoulder. Pull the shoulders down, create space in the neck and breathe. Use that breath to go wherever it needs to go. Finish with an exhale. Come to center. Coming back up. And again, the option to come into Hanumanasana here. If you want to skip it, please feel free to just bring that left leg back and up in the air and do your vinyasa. If not, extend your left leg forward, tuck your back toes under, flex those left toes. Find some variation of Hanumanasana. If you also want to go into a back bend, feel free. If you want to go into a forward fold, that's a nice option too. So a couple breaths. And then when you're ready, we're going to vinyasa. Both hands down. Those of you in Hanumanasana with me, try lifting, pressing into the palms, lifting that left leg straight back and up in the air without bending it. And get out of the way of my altar. We're going to move through our vinyasa like we did on the other side. So whatever you did on the other side, go ahead and find it on this one. Find your way back to a downward facing dog. We're going to float knees to the earth or just drag the toes. That's a nice option as well. You can just come forward like so, dragging the toes, knees down to the ground, out toward the front of your mat. Okay, couple options here. Sitting back on your heels is a good one if you have any knee stuff. Okay, if you have a block and you want to place it under your hips, you can do that for the second option as well. Separate the knee, or separate the feet rather. Depending on your anatomy, even separating the knees a little bit, you can scoop the calves out of the way and go ahead and sit between your heels. Now I can feel my hip flexors are a little bit tight today. I'm actually going to sit back on my heels. Okay, so pick an option there. All right, and from here, second option would be to recline. So either sitting back on your heels, sitting on a block, sitting between your heels. Go ahead and bring your hands back. And you can just lean back a little bit and work on scooping the hips under. So when you scoop the hips under, you'll feel as you pull the navel in as well, that stretch across the hip flexors. If you want to lay all the way back, go ahead and do so mindfully. Realize you have to come back up. I'm not there to help you. So take your time going into whatever variation you guys want to, or what's appropriate for you today. Direct the breath where it needs to go. Feel free to do some self-massage. I like to encourage my body to release certain areas by giving myself a little self-massage in those areas. One of those places, of course, being the psoas, which is a huge contributor to lower back pain. And another thing I'm going to be doing, again, like I said on Sunday, is a whole lower body liberator, which is going to be more of a restorative practice, but very, very beneficial for opening up hips and lower back. Couple deep breaths. All right, we're going to come back up. Take your time coming up. You press into your elbows, slide them underneath you. Go ahead and come to your elbows first. Get a little back behind you, and then slide to your hands. Come up. There's another way to come up a little more advanced, but I'm not going to do that today. From here, press into your fingers. Lift your hips up off your heels, or from between your heels, bring your hands forward on the mat. We're going to press one heel at a time back to traction those knees. So press through the heel, engage your leg, get a nice stretch in the knee, and then go ahead and do the same thing with the other. When you're ready, press both hips back, both heels back, downward facing dog. Paddle your legs out a little bit, take your time, so going at your own pace. We'll take a couple breaths, just paddling the legs out, dropping one hip at a time. Nice nourishing Ujjayi breaths. Press back through both heels when you're ready. Look between your hands. We're going to come to a seated position. So go ahead and look forward, bend your knees, jump, walk, hop through, whatever you guys want to do there. I'm going to switch, face forward one more time. So coming down to your seated position, both legs are going to come forward. Let me just turn this down a little bit. All right, so we're going to come into our forward fold, separating, or excuse me, wiggling a little left and right, sliding this flesh from under the sits bones. Before we come forward, let's go ahead and place our hands next to our hips. We're going to take a deep breath in and find our Dandasana. Press down through the palms. Exhale, press through the heels, press through the top of the head. Hold your breath. Navel in. Release. Inhale, arms up. Keep the feet active, keep them flexed. Exhale, take it forward. Grab whatever you can. Ankles, feet, whatever. Maybe wiggle a little left and right to find a little more length there. Take one more breath. Inhale, lifting. And then fold. Exhale, we're going to stay in our fold for a few more breaths here. Inhale, create some space. Exhale, folding deeper. So you can keep rotating the pelvis forward a little bit. Get a nice breath in. Exhale deeply. Go ahead and soften, sliding your hands back. Now nice and slow, you're going to walk the hands back behind you about 6 inches. Fingertips face forward. If you need to bend your knees and come to reverse table, you can. Otherwise, point your toes. Take a breath first. On your exhale, I want you to tuck your tailbone a little bit. As you tuck your tailbone, pull your navel in. So feel a strong core. Soften the elbows in. On your inhale, press up with strong arms, strong legs. Get those feet to flatten if possible. Lift your chest to the sky. Drop your head back. Open the throat. Keep lifting. Keep pressing through the feet. One more breath in. And then exhale with control, slowly lowering back to your seat. Keep your chest lifted and your navel in though. So all this is nice and engaged. So we're going to scoot forward. As you do that, again, keep your chest up, navel in, scoot forward. So just getting a little closer to your heels. Arms are going to come forward. Lean back and lift your feet from the ground. Lift those legs forward, and then if you want, lift those legs up, finding Navasana. So whatever works for you today, okay? We're going to come down halfway though, Ardha Navasana. Holding nice and strong. Inhale, back up, Navasana. Exhale, back down. Take a breath. Good, back up. Good, couple more. Inhale down. Maybe I messed up those breaths. Exhale up. Let's do one more. Inhale down. And exhale up. Good, now straighten your legs as straight as you can. Lift. Go ahead and bend your knees. Cross your right ankle or any ankle you want over. And then bring your hands down to the ground. Lift if you can. Lift everything up off the ground. So you can bring your palms flat or come to the balls of your hands. Just go ahead and lift up. And then switch. Whatever ankle you didn't do, we're going to do the same thing. Take a breath in. Keep those feet up. Exhale. Roll forward. And lift. And lower. Good. Roll through. Feet back. Let's stretch the core. Find plank. Lower down as you exhale. Inhale up. Take a moment. If you want to do cobra, you can. Stretch that front body. Open up. Maybe an extra breath. Back to downward facing dog. Very nice. Nice long breath. Finish a good one. Come forward to plank. Let's lower down to the belly. What time is it? All right, we got a little time. Lower down, elbows in. Coming down, flat to the ground. Slide your hands back by your sides, palms facing up. Keep your chin in neutral. I want you to breathe right into the earth. Take a moment. Inhale, let your belly fill. Exhale, empty. Let's come right into our go, actually. Bend the knees, reach back, grab your ankles one at a time. Pull your heels towards your sits bones. So I'm going to show you when to turn to the side. Getting a nice psoas stretch here. Heels toward the hip bone. So this might already be a stretch for some of you, pulling those heels in. But if you can, keeping those heels in, also lift your knees up off the ground. So actually pull your knees up off of the ground. Hold. Lower back down. Good, now we're going to go into our Dhanurasana. Point the toes or flex the feet. Take a nice breath in. Exhale all the way first. And then on your inhale, I want you to kick up. Chin in neutral. Kick up, roll those shoulders back. Keep kicking those feet up. Bringing the gaze forward or maybe slightly up. Kick, 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 kick. One more breath. And exhale slowly. Lower back down to the ground. Release your legs. Look to one side for a moment. If you want to make a pillow with your hands, you can. Wiggle your hips. Relax your lower back. Let your neck get a nice passive stretch there. Breathe right into your belly. Let it inflate into the earth. And then exhale, soften. Chin back to neutral. We're going to do another. Bring your chin back to neutral. Let's do this. I want you to bring your hands next to your ribs. We're going to go into a king cobra here. Bend your knees. I want you to open up your knees to the width of your mat. Maybe some of you a little wider. Bringing your toes to touch. Watching out for my crystal bowls here. Come to your fingertips. All right, so elbows out to the side. And now on your exhale, this is going to be tricky. I want you to lift your knees up off the ground. So like we already did, but without your hands. Exhale, lift. Pressing those toes up. Now on your inhale, I want you to roll the knees down. Come to your fingertips. And open up. Head back. And then exhale, lower back down at the bottom of your exhale. You're going to lift those feet up. We're going to do it again 2 more times. Inhale, rolling down at the same time, rolling up. Exhale, coming back down. Toes lift. And last one, maybe full king cobra. Inhale all the way up. Maybe head to the feet. And when you're ready, lower back down to the ground. Let it go. Wiggle your hips. You can look to the other side and pause for a moment. Take a rest, take a breath. And then when you're ready, chin back to neutral. If you need a longer rest, you can. Slide your feet hip width apart. So if they're wider, bring them closer together. Slide your hands next to your ribs. Open up the fingers. Pull the shoulder blades back. Draw the elbows back. Tuck the chin. Elongate your spine. Feel your core drawing in when you're ready. Pressing up to plank. Straight up. Inhale. Exhale back. Downward facing dog. Yes. Nice full breath. We're going to come back to a seated position. I'm going to switch my position here. All right, so go ahead and look through your hands. Come down. however you like to. Wonderful. All right, so from here, let's go ahead and bring left foot forward. Bend your right knee, pull it into the body. We're going to come into a seated twist. Right foot to the outside of your left thigh. Okay, right knee in toward the body. This will be your first option. Second option is full Ardha Matsyendrasana. Bending your left knee and coming into it. Again, if that's not possible, all right, you can always keep that leg straight. Otherwise, full Ardha Matsyendrasana, right knee in, both hips rounded, sit up tall. Right hand behind the back. If you want to come into a bind here, you're welcome to. Otherwise, left arm up. Breath in, exhale, left elbow to the outside of your right knee. And again, bind is an option. I'm going to break that down a little bit more in the future. Look over the right shoulder. We'll take a few breaths. There's also an arm balance option here for some of you that want to go into it. It's an Ekapada Kundinyasana. Both hands down to the ground. Might workshop that one later too. If you're in that twist, finish and exhale. Release to center, counter, left hand behind you, right arm to the inside. Back to center, let's do a quick hip stretch. Come right into Gomukhasana, right knee on top of left. Go ahead and lean forward, stack those knees a little bit better. Open up the heels, find your Gomukhasana, and then when you're ready, you can take it forward. If you want to just sit here, take a moment, close your eyes, and sit on top of it. That is a nice option as well. When you're ready, if you'd like, taking it forward, chest forward, head hangs. Couple more breaths. Finish your last exhale, just melting in. Inhale, slowly coming back up. Good, we're going to lean back, cross the ankles, and just roll through. Bring the legs back, do a little vinyasa. When you're ready. We're going to come back to seated. Find our way into the twist on the other side. So this time, right foot to the outside of your left thigh. Okay, you can come into full Ardha Matsyendrasana. Oh, excuse me, we did the that side already. So left foot to the outside of your right thigh. Left knee on top. Make sure you're just doing the other knee. So if you did it the opposite way, just do whatever knee you didn't. All right, left hand behind you. This time right arm reaches up. Nice breath in. Exhale, bring that elbow to the outside of the knee. And we'll twist to the left. Try to match whatever variations you did on the other side, if so. I know I did the arm balance on the other side, but I just did that as a quick little example, so I'm not going to do it on this one. Do one more breath. Make sure you're looking over that left shoulder. Finish your exhale. Good. Slowly releasing. We're going to twist over to the right, getting a nice counter. Right hand behind you, left arm to the inside. Looking over that right shoulder. Come back to center and stack your knees. Left knee on top of right knee. Open up the heels. This one is really good for relieving the piriformis. Alright, so again, if you find that it's nice just to sit here and press into those knees, working on lengthening is fine. That's a great option. And of course, when you're ready, if you did do it on the other side, if it's nice for you, lengthen on an inhale, exhale, dip the chest forward, let the head go, and breathe. Nice full deep Ujjayi breath. Let your belly inflate. Exhale, melt. I can stay there a lot longer. Let's come back up nice and slow. Take your time, leaning back. Good. Crossing left ankle on top of right. Roll through. Legs back. We'll find our way to a vinyasa. Take a breath in at the top of your plank. Exhale when you're ready. Lower down. Chaturanga. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Upward facing dog. Inhaling. Big breath. Back to downward facing dog. Exhale as you press back. Beautiful. Back to a seated position again. You can jump, crawl, just come through, whatever works for you. We're going to bring feet together, knees out to the side into our Baddha Konasana. Scoop the flesh from your sits bones, wiggling a little left and right. Open up the feet like a book. Inhale, sit up tall, lengthen shoulders back, navel in. On your exhale, elbows wide, chest stays forward. Let's go ahead and keep a long spine for a few breaths as you dip forward. Always working with that Ujjayi breath. Now that we're going a little slower, no excuse not to. For the last couple of breaths, if you want to round your forehead toward the earth, you're welcome to. Good. Let's slowly come back up. So finish your breath out first. Rise back up. Draw those knees together. Good. Go ahead and scoot toward the front of your mat. And one more time. We didn't do this yet. Pull your knees into your body and give yourself a nice hug. And then roll your feet up off the ground and see if you can find that balance. So again, just rolling back. If you rolled backwards, it's okay. Come back up. But otherwise, you're just going to hold yourself into a tight little ball. Say hello to your transverse abdominals. And then wrap your arms behind your legs. So behind the thighs, right behind the knees. Squeeze the legs into the body as best as you can as you pull the shoulders down away from your ears. And then you're going to extend those legs up as tightly as you can. So using the strength of your legs, straightening them up as tightly as you can. And then go ahead and release your hands, finding Navasana. Again, I'm going to turn. All right, nice and tight. Hold, 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 hold. Good, and then go ahead and bend your knees, bring your feet flat to the ground, take a breath in, and exhale, you're going to start to curl and round all the way down to your back. So nice and slow, using that core still. We're doing some abdominal burnout here. Take your time, no rush, don't roll past your shaky points. Those are the juicy ones, make sure and breathe. All the way down. Once you're there, go ahead, lengthen, reach the hands over your head, stretch your body out on the earth, reach the hands in the opposite direction of your feet, press into the back of your head, roll the shoulders down a little bit away from your ears. Take a little Savasana. I want you to take a moment, acknowledge the earth, give your body to it for a moment, be still, stay with your breath though. And just feel the presence of the earth underneath you. Feel the presence and the support of the earth underneath you. Feel your bones and muscles melting into the earth. Breathing slow and deliberately, sending some gratitude down to the earth. Let the breath be full. As you breathe in, let your belly be full. Let it rise to the sky. Pause at the top and a long exhale. Let it fall back to the spine. Melting in on whatever exhale you're on, just giving your shoulders to the ground. We're going to start to move again, so go ahead and bring your toes to face up. One leg at a time, bend your knees, bring your feet flat to the ground. And then pull your belly in, so tuck the tailbone, pressing the lower back down to the ground gently, and pull the knees into your body. So we're activating the psoas to get that action. Then your arms wrap around your legs, draw them in, roll a little right and left now. So giving your lower back a little massage, taking your time, let it feel good. Maybe your eyes are closed if you can hear me well. Good, and then pause at center. Go ahead and squeeze those legs in again. Let's open up the legs and let the knees out. So knees out a little wider. Okay, grab just below your knees, so the top of your shins there, and start to let your knees come away from you. Flex the feet or roll the ankles. I like to get some movement out of the ankles and toes. Just crack them. If you're a toe cracker, you can crack your toes. So when we start to open up energetically, all that movement wants to come out through the limbs. And then we get those popping and crackings in the edges of the limbs at the toes. So opening up, getting that nice big groin stretch. It's like a reclining frog pose. Deep full breath right into the groin there. Enjoy that stretch. Depending on what your definition of joy is. Good. We're going to bring those legs slowly back together. So pull them back together. Good. And then flex your feet. You're going to press the left foot down away from you. Right knee is going to draw in toward the body. Now from here, I want you to curl into your right knee. So forehead, or excuse me, your nose rather, toward the right knee. Okay, lifting the shoulder blades off of the ground. So I want you to actually lift your shoulder blades off. Pulling in, take a breath. And then exhale, we're going to switch. Keep your shoulder blades off. Nose toward the left knee. Inhale. Exhale, switch. Inhale. Exhale, switch. Inhale. Exhale, switch. And again, inhale. Keep those shoulders off. Exhale, switch. Good. And then lay back down one more time. Knees in. Now we're going to find our twist. So get your left leg, press your left heel rather down. And then bring your left hand to your right knee. Bring your right arm out to the right. Bring your right knee over to the left. So across the body. Now, any other variations of a twist you guys want to practice today, feel free. If you want to straighten the right leg, grab the outside of the foot. If you want to bind the legs. Okay, so anything. If you want to reach down with your right hand and grab the left foot, that's a nice option. If your right leg is straight. So turning the gaze to the right. Your right foot should be over to the left or your right knee. Couple breaths. One more breath. Good, and then we're going to release nice and slow. Both legs back to center. Pull the knees into the body. Squeeze and switch. Right leg down. Left knee over to the right. Looking to the left. And doing whatever you did on the other side. So if you straighten your left leg and grab the foot, you can match that. Either way, looking to the left. Nice full deep breaths. Let the left shoulder soften toward the earth. Good. One more full breath. And soften. Releasing, coming back to center, bending the left knee, both knees back into the body, roll to the center of your mat, squeeze your knees in, hug them in. We're going to come into happy baby, grab the outsides of your feet, draw the knees down, shoulders down. Work on getting the lower back flat to the earth here as well. Now from here, if you guys want to, alternate one leg at a time, straightening out to the side, or both legs at the same time, eventually working on getting both legs out at the same time into a full straddle when you're ready. If you can't hold on to the outsides of the feet, again, you can hold on to the inner thighs, inner calves, or whatever you can hold on to, but work on getting the lower back flat, okay, and the shoulders down and the chin slightly tucked. One more breath. Good, we're going to bring those legs together. So if you need to release your feet, again, you can release the feet, grab the outsides of the legs or whatever you need to. Bring those feet up. Now keep the lower back on the ground if you can here. Keep those legs active, toes flexed, and walk your hands up as far as you can, keeping the lower back down on the ground and pressing up, okay? Nice strong legs, drawing the toes back towards you. One more breath. I know your legs are probably shaking. Release and hover those legs, so 90 degrees. Just letting those legs hover. Again, you're probably shaking. That's good. Hands behind your head. Interlace the fingers. Elbows wide. Lower those legs to 45 degrees. When you feel that your back wants to come off the ground, press it down and lift your upper back. So from here, we're going to crunch again. So shoulders come up off the ground, pressing with strong legs, lifting and holding. I'm definitely shaking here. Shoulder blades up off the ground. One more breath. Hold. And then lower. Knees back in. Squeeze. We're almost done. This is good. I needed this too. Feet flat, hip width apart, toes forward. We're going to come into our bridge. So go ahead and separate those feet hip width apart, you guys. Slide your hands down next to you. Wiggle your elbows in towards your body by rolling a little bit away from the arms, sliding the elbow down underneath you. Lift the chest. Sternum is lifting towards your chin. When you're ready, press down through your feet. Make sure your feet are parallel and toes are forward. Lift up. Hips lift to the sky. Hold. Take a moment, and then you can find whatever variation you want to practice here. Maybe clasping the hands, wiggling those elbows closer together, and drawing the hips further up toward the sky, sternum toward the chin, holding your bridge and breathing. So from here again, your choice of variations, if you guys want to practice alternating lifting of the legs, you can do that as well. Most important though, I want you to breathe into your belly. Strong Ujjayi breaths. If you didn't breathe through the practice, now is the perfect time to do it. If you're in bridge with me, one more breath, press up with both feet flat. Exhale, slowly release. Gently, hands unclasped. Take your time finding that descent back to the earth. Once you're down, go ahead and take an exhale. Eyes can close for a moment. Just let your body relax on the ground for a second, or for a few seconds. Just relax. Close your lips again. Breathe steadily through your nose. Keep your awareness on the sensations in and around your body. Maybe noticing the energetic openness that this practice is providing. You can remain in this space. Allow yourself to move intuitively if you feel movement is being called for, or possibly go into a deeper back bend. So second back bend option, you could do another bridge as well, or coming into a full chakrasana or Vidanyasana, placing the hands next to your ears if you practice. If not, please feel free to do anything else your body is calling for, including staying still. So you can always just lay there and let your knees drop toward one another. You want to go into a full back bend, hands next to your ears. Again, this is an intermediate practice if you happen to hop on in the middle of this class. All right, when you're ready, go ahead and press up. If you're in the back bend, take your time, 5 to 10 breaths, working on keeping those feet parallel and pressing your chest through the hands. Nice full breaths. Being mindful of the wrists. When you're complete with your back bend of choice, whatever you did choose tonight, go ahead and make your way back down onto the mat, mindfully. If you need to counter your lower back, go ahead and draw the knees back in, hug yourself into a little ball. If you need more, you can curl yourself in, nose toward the knees, and grab the outsides of your feet. Roll that down. Go ahead and bring your feet to the ground. That's it. All right, from here, you guys, go ahead and extend your legs down. All the way down to the ground. If you have the music on, go ahead and turn off the music. I'm going to do the same thing. Those of you sticking with me for Savasana, congratulations and good job. As you know, this is the most important part of our practice. I hope you have a supportive environment. You want to turn off the lights. Whatever you want to do here, take a sip of water. Go ahead and find your way onto your back. Lay your body out on the earth. Press into the back of your head to pull your shoulder blades down. And then I want you to flex your feet. Make fists. Take a big inhale right into your chest. And hold your breath in and clench. Clench, holding your fists, flexing your feet. And then exhale, let it out. If you want to do that again without the clench, take another breath in through the nose, maybe half in through the mouth. Out of the mouth, exhale. And if you feel called to do that one more time, maybe a little softer this last time. And allow your body to stay still. Let this practice continue through the cells of your body. Let all that work integrate. But remain in the witnessing of all movement. And enjoy that suspension in space and time. And just starting by allowing your next breath to be a little deeper than the last. And maybe taking an inhale right into your belly and into your chest and holding that breath in at the top first. Just getting really full with that breath without force. And then letting it out as slowly as possible. And as you exhale, just feeling yourself settle into the earth, feeling the earth also engulf you, bless you, heal this body. Maybe doing that again, coming back into a conscious, a long, sweet, conscious breath. Feeling the blessing of that breath and each breath that follows. Feeling the blessing of the stillness that you have gifted yourself here today. I know you made that long journey from the bedroom to the living room, or wherever you are, but ultimately it's still honorable that you are showing up and doing this practice wherever you are, even if it is your home. It's still work, and it's still very honorable. Starting to make movements again. When you're ready, you can go ahead and draw yourself in, maybe roll to the right or left, whatever side is feeling good for you today. Take a moment and pause in a little fetal position, placing one hand on the earth, maybe sending some love to Pachamama, this beautiful support system, this energetic grid that we are all connected to and have our bodies because of. Taking your time to come up to a comfortable seat, finding your way to a cross-legged position with your hands at heart center and Anjali Mudra. Unless you're being called to a different mudra, also please feel free to allow your hands to manifest wherever they are asking to be. Bow your head toward that center. Like the prayer I sang in Savasana, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. May our thoughts, words, and actions contribute to happiness and freedom for all. May your life be a blessing. Thank you all so much for being here today. I hope wherever you are staying safe and healthy. Namaste. Alright, you guys, I'm going to turn the lights back on if you're with me still. Feel free to stay in your space. Alright, so welcome back if you went into Savasana. Thank you for being here. Please feel free to comment. Oh, Asha, oh my gosh, I love you. Did you practice? Oh my goodness, Michelle, I love you guys so much. Seriously, I missed you. I've missed you flowing with me too. Okay, so whoa, and just like old times, I go over my 90-minute mark. It's like this thing that when I used to teach in the studios, also I just have a hard time with staying on my time. So I hope you guys are okay with my classes kind of being like 90-minute-ish. My beach yogis know how that is. If you're from beach yoga, if you're here from beach yoga, what's up, guys? Thank you so much for your support. If you enjoyed this practice, feel free to share it. Of course, I'm going to keep these links up for a few days, I think, and then I might make them private. I do appreciate the donations. I'm holding these classes by donation. My Venmo and PayPal information is in the link of the class that you guys just did. Feel free and please actually subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate the support, and if you find benefit in these classes, of course, feel free to share my channel with anyone who you think could also benefit from these practices. As I mentioned before, I'm going to be sharing different disciplines, different class structures going forward. Friday, what is today? Is today Wednesday? So I've decided Wednesdays are going to be wild card Wednesdays, which means the class could be anything. I'll announce it the night before. Friday, I'm going to do a foundations class, breakdown of, hey, Janine, thank you. A breakdown of the vinyasa flow, elements of a vinyasa practice you should know, alignments, breath, all the things, so that you can do a faster practice like we did today. And Sunday, we're going to do self-care Sundays. So I'm going to be doing this going forward indefinitely until I announce otherwise. Self-care Sunday is going to be anything that's rejuvenating, restorative. It can be anything from an asana practice, which we're going to do a yin practice, targeting the lower back and body. This Sunday, 2, self-massage, partner massage, okay, and different things, because I also do body work. I've been a body worker for a decade now. I used to teach Thai massage, I still do, but I also used to. And different things, using props, things you might have around the house, stuff like that. Okay, so stay tuned for that. I'll put the schedule on YouTube, Facebook, and my meetup group. If you're not aware and you found this channel some other way, I have a meetup group called Sunset Yoga on the Beach. It's meetup.com/Sunset Yoga on the Beach. If you are in the South Florida area and would like to join that, once this is all over, I teach 3 days a week on the beach in Delray Beach by donation. It's a really beautiful community. Once a month, I co-host a large full moon event on the beach as well. Looking forward to getting back to that, but for now, this is really wonderful. So thank you guys for joining me again today. I hope that you feel great. I feel good. That was good for me. I'm still sweaty. And I'll see you Friday, I guess, if you're going to be here. Otherwise, Sunday or whenever. Stay well, you guys. Thank you so much. Mwah.